Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogia Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as we like to call it. Hope everybody's doing okay. I know it's cold out there in some spots across the country. Hope you guys are bundling up, staying warm. We're about to get it pretty soon. Hope probably tomorrow night we're going to get hit with the cold. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, I celebrate Christmas. I don't say happy holidays. Sorry. Hope I don't offend anybody. Who do we got here tonight? Rex Hand, how's it going? Ida Bustamante, good to see you. Mr. Lee, what's going on? Hey, Stevie. LIB, what's up, Mike? Who else is here? Catherine Lundquist, great to see you. Eyes in the Woods, what's up, Eyes? Mark, good day. How are you? Tight lines, man. Hooked into 4 today, landed 3. Who else? I know I'm missing somebody. I see Stevie's here. Jack, what's up, man? Papa Craig, what's going on? Hey, Jay. I didn't miss you. I just saw you. NAC, what's up, guys? Merry Christmas. So what are you guys doing for Christmas besides freezing your asses off? Yeah, we're going to be cold, too. I'm just amazed at, I've been watching the weather forecasts around, the country, and just to see the bottom fall out of the thermostat, the thermometer, I should say. The drastic drop of temperature in like weird, crazy ass short period of time. Mark says, hot down this way, Mogs. For you who don't know, Mark is down in Australia, so it's summertime down there. That's got to be weird celebrating. I mean, for them it's normal, but for us it's kind of weird. Celebrating Christmas during the summer. But it's normal for them. Just I don't know. It's weird. Just like celebrating Christmas in Florida. It's too warm. Well, it won't be this year. I feel right at home. Mr. Hugh, how are you? Michael Haywood, what's up, buddy? Yeah, so I guess, we got a beagle in the house, so if you hear barking like that. Breeze, how's it going, man? Merry Christmas. So yeah, for those who are who might be new here, what I do is I put the link in chat, and anybody can click on it and come on the show and hang out. If you've never done it before, you just click on the link, follow the directions. It's pretty simple, and just turn off YouTube in the background, and you can come and hang out. If you don't want to be on camera, you can, down the bottom you'll see stop camera. Just hit that. Don't have to be on camera. Who's your Squatch? How's it going? Who else just slipped in here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post that link in chat, like so. There you go. Anybody want to come on, tell us what you're doing for Christmas? Hopefully you're staying home, because who wants to travel in this shit, right? Yeah, and it's supposed to be one of the biggest travel holidays in 2 years since the little outbreak we had there. Angel, how are you? What's scary is, like, right now a lot of countries getting blizzard conditions, but also there's flooding about to happen in the next couple days in Jersey, Pennsylvania, that area. but then you're going to get a cold snap come through. So everything that gets wet is going to freeze. So hopefully, if you're up that way and you're off the road before that freeze comes through, because it's just gonna be messy up there and dangerous. So be careful. Mr. Pauly T, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mogs, what's going on? Chat, what's going on?
You shrunk,
buddy.
Oh, you're in the background. There you are.
Yeah, sorry, I'm half naked, dude. I don't want to make you guys throw up.
Yeah.
As you casually sip your coffee and go, yeah, dude.
We'll wait. I didn't want to know what half was naked. He's got to clean his screen. So what's up with your camera, dude? You got to clean that off. Oh, never mind. You should have left it. Damn.
Yeah, I know. Sucks to be me. Everybody sees my name as Jock Mehoff because I went on Satch's show and we were talking about funny names. So I just figured I would consider myself Canadian and French. So Mehoff and Jacques.
Yeah, I got it.
So YouTube is beat me at my own game because you can't change your name whenever you want. It's every 14 days. Now for the next 10 days, I'm Jack Mehoff. Great.
That'll learn you.
Yeah, if Pauly T wasn't irritation alone, now you got Pauly T jacking you off. Even better.
Mr. Lee says Pauly, he comes and goes.
Oh, stop it, dude. Please. I am not even going to think of something creative to say to that because
good.
Yeah, no. Mr. Lee's
so what
awesome.
are you doing for Christmas, man?
Waiting on a snowstorm right now. We're supposed to get a lot of rain. And I guess this Arctic thing's supposed to pop in and then freeze everything. So if the roads are still wet, I'll be Mr. Plow. But
yeah, you got to be careful, dude. You're going to be on the road.
That's all right.
When that freeze comes through, it's just going to flash freeze everything.
Okay, for anybody who doesn't know me, this is a joke. For all those who like to drink and drive, there's nobody on the fucking road. You're safe. I'm kidding, dude. I would never do that. That is such a liability risk. It would never happen.
You just you said it in front of the wrong person.
No, dude, it's all good. Russ, I meant nothing by it. You know me.
I know, dude. I know. It's all good.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuggum.
Grasshopper, what's up, buddy? Merry Christmas.
I've been silent.
Piper.
I've been silent on Facebook. I've been, being a good boy. I have to go to work early and shit, so I haven't really been partying too much. And I know today's kind of close to Christmas, so I just wanted to pop in and wish everybody a Merry Christmas because I really love you all, even Mr. Lee. And I'm glad that Santa brought him courage for Christmas because he actually hopped on YouTube and got on with you, which is way cool. So,
yeah, it was pretty good year this year. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, dude. Every day is a good day, dude.
I encourage everybody to jump on at one point or another, especially tonight,
Absolutely. You never know. Little Rob might show up.
'Tis the season. Judy Wheeler, how are you?
Little Rob might show up. Sasquatch Sam, I'm a queer in a tree. He might show up, and you don't know what's gonna pop in. You never know. Little Rob could pop in for like 10 seconds and go, "Hey, Merry Christmas, see ya." So, but yeah, I just wanted to extend season's greetings, and if you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, you're like 3 or 4 days into it, you're almost out of gifts.
The candle's almost all the way lit.
Oh yeah, dude. So when you're buying a menorah, right? How do you know if it's kosher or not?
Well, it doesn't have to be kosher.
All right, so dude,
you're not eating it. Kosher applies to food.
What the hell? I thought that was the standard. Dude, it's gonna be kosher, man. It's like Dazed and Confused. You know what I mean? Dude, is that menorah kosher? Are them kosher candles? All right, but listen, I'm going to keep this short and sweet, and I'm not Little Rob. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Love you all. Hope you have a happy, healthy holiday season and a prosperous new year.
Merry Christmas to you, Polly. Be safe
And
out there when you're working. Stay
Bogues, I
warm.
just want to tell you one thing. I'm writing a letter to Santa. You need new fucking bandanas. Dude, I'm kidding. Love you guys. I'll see you.
All right, buddy. Take care.
See ya.
Thanks.
Peace.
All right on. Yeah, that worries me that he's going to be out driving in that shit. Ugh. Wow. So yeah, just like that. It's that easy. Anybody wants to pop on, say Merry Christmas. Links in chat. I'm putting it in chat. I believe Mr. Lee might be putting it in chat. I will flood it in chat. Because I can. Val, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Yeah, I kind of want to do something, but I don't know. Depends what the weather does down here. I mean, like I said, I think I mentioned on Tuesday that we're going to go over to Stevie's daughter's house for breakfast on Christmas morning, and then we're going to, I don't know. She doesn't have to go back until Wednesday, so it's going to be cold, but I don't know. I'm not opposed to camping. Yeah, I was trying to test the theory today, and I think I'm gonna have to try it again tomorrow too. But supposedly the fish bite right before a cold snap, so we'll see. Frozen Smurf.
Gotta turn my volume up.
What's going on, Claude?
Huh?
What's going on?
Hang on, let me get my earbuds. I knew I was gonna have to do this.
It's Frozen Smurf. No. Don't worry, I won't do that again. Yeah, we'll wait. You know, it's okay.
Okay, you got to see the good side of me too, as I went away to get my earbuds.
Good thing it was dark.
Be with you in just a second.
Gary Spike Sr., how are you? Sharon Guy. Good to see you, hon.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we could hear you before.
Cool. I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before.
How you doing, man? A little cold in that woods?
It's a little bit nippy up here. The temperature is like 2 degrees and chill factor is like 26 below.
Yeah, no thank you. Well, the
My
night
son says
last year it was like, what was it, 20 degrees when we camped?
It's like 25, yeah.
Yeah, it was cold.
But I'm not in Louisiana. I'm in northern Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
My son said, "Come up for Christmas." I said, "Okay." He said, "Bring some warm clothes." I said, "Okay." He wouldn't. Right. I'm sitting in the van with a space heater running that's plugged in on an extension cord, and I have the motor running, and it's about 65 degrees in here, I guess.
Oh, that's not bad.
Between the van heater and this little space heater, you know. No. When I go to bed, cut the motor off, leave the space heater on, it'll stay about 50 degrees in here, which is, all things considered, is not bad.
50 degrees is good sleeping weather, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
just saying.
crawl in the sleeping bag, and I'm good for the
good
night.
To go.
Yeah.
Now, is that, I didn't notice, did you insulate that van?
Yeah. It's not heavily insulated. I've got reflectix all on the floor, both walls. I've got 1/2 inch foam on the ceiling,
Okay.
and I've got all the breezeways are plugged with something to keep the drafts out. So it's typically in the wintertime, it'll stay 15 degrees warmer inside than it is outside with no heat on.
With no heat on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I've got
you
that.
know,
What did you call it? Reflectix. I have most of them for the windows in my pop up.
yeah,
I have to get another roll,
it's
but
excellent stuff.
it makes a
They say
difference.
it doesn't have. They said it doesn't have. I think the R value is like 1. You know, it's stupid low. But on the metal panels, I've got one little piece of reflectix that sticks out from under the paneling. And if I put my finger on the metal next to it, it's ice cold. If I put it on the reflectix, it's not. So it's blocking that convection coming through.
Sure.
You know, and it
Well,
works like
and
a charm.
during the summer
It,
when it's in the windows, it does keep it cooler in my pop up. You know, because
oh yeah, yeah.
it just
It
reflects the sun, and
it
it's pretty cool.
yep. I put emergency blankets. Hang on, I'll spin you around. Hang on, going for a ride. See the back window?
Okay.
It's got a emergency blanket on it. So does my side window and my windshield.
Cheese freak. Merry
So
Christmas.
you know, I'm keeping as much cold out as I can. But you know,
Nona
it's a
boss, how are
van.
you?
What can I say?
No, yeah. You've been in that thing a while now.
About 4 years, yeah. Be 4 years in March. I'm comfy. I'm happy.
Yeah, it's not your first
Like I
rodeo.
say, somebody says, "Come see me." It's like, watch what you're saying. I'll show up on your doorstep. My house
You got an
comes with
extension
me.
cord?
You know,
Yeah, it's like you got some place I can
I have
plug in.
friends all over the. I've got a friend in New York State. You know, I told her I was headed out in 2018 to go traveling. She said, "Come on and see me." Okay, I'll let you know about a week before I get there. We hung out for about 3 days. She lives in Cooperstown, so we did Cooperstown. I got to see the Baseball Hall of Fame,
Very cool.
and you know, toured the town and got to eat some exquisite food at a 5-star hotel up there. Just you know, whatever came up. Oh,
That's
visited
awesome.
friends in North Carolina, South Carolina, Iowa, all across the country. I got people all over
Spontaneity
the
is a
country.
good thing. Well, that's
Oh yeah,
kind of what I did going back and forth, you know, to Arizona and
yeah,
back. You know, tried to meet some people along the way,
yeah. It's a
as
fun
you
thing to
know.
do. Get to hang out. You know, show up for supper and get up for coffee the next morning and head out again. You know, I did that over 7 months. That was a fun vacation. 7 months and 27,000 miles.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a long trip.
The fun part was driving 100 miles a day. You think about that. You know, it doesn't take long to drive 100 miles.
No, you hour and a half, you're done driving.
Yeah, that's your driving for the day, and you got to find something to do for the other 23 and a half hours, or, you know,
I can
22
find some place
and a
to
half
fish for
hours.
that long.
Oh, yeah. I kayaked, I fished, you know, went to museums, whatever was local, made a huge, huge car show in York, Pennsylvania. I'm driving through York, and I look up. I'd been to the Harley plant up there, did a tour there, and I was driving through York, and I looked up in this car show. I made a left turn. I spent the next 5 hours at the car show.
Oh, there you go.
You know, just walking and looking and taking pictures, and it was
The
a bucket
Dinosaur
list trip.
Hunter, how's
Anyway.
it going? Merry Christmas. Richie Evans, good to see you.
So how long you gonna be in Florida till it warms up again?
Indefinitely. I'm
Yeah, definitely.
indefinitely. Yeah, I'm gonna stick around for a
Okay,
while.
it's a cool place. You know,
Yeah, it is.
the sites, the things you can go explore, like the Coral Castle. Have you been there yet?
No.
Oh, you need to go. You need to go.
I'll get there.
That's
There's
a
other
mind
things
bender.
I want to explore. There's a lot more springs I want to check out, and
You scuba dive, don't you? Or snorkel?
Snorkel.
Go make the Peace River and look for what do they call them? The huge sharks.
Megalodon teeth.
Megalodon, yeah, you find megalodon teeth in the Peace River. Especially after hurricane season, when there's a lot of water flushing through there, they're pretty easy to find. Oh, just got to watch for, while you're snorkeling, you don't come up under a gator. But other than that, it's cool.
I have this thing about gators, dude. If I could see it, all right, but I'm not just. Yeah. I can't get used to them.
I got used to them paddling a kayak because most of them are longer than the kayak. But they don't bother you. They go the other way. They don't want to be bothered. It's kind of like Sasquatch. They'd rather hide from you than confront you.
What's up, Ben? Merry Christmas, buddy. Scottish Wildman, welcome.
That was my big thing. I want to come on and say Merry Christmas. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a Happy Hanukkah and whatever,
let's read
Kwanzaa
this.
or whatever.
Scottish Wildman says, I've been looking into Chinese diesel heaters. They're unbelievably cheap to buy and really cheap to run. Will burn nearly anything.
Yep.
I think I do. I thought I just saw a video or I saw a video listed, but I didn't watch one of those heaters.
Yeah, I've heard some bad rap on some of the Chinese heaters. Diesel heaters are great. Some of the Chinese heaters, you got to do your background search, make sure what you're getting. But yeah, they're great. I just don't like the smell of diesel.
You know what they're coming out with, which probably this year, like the lithium ion batteries are the big thing.
Right.
But they're so damn expensive. Well, now they're coming out with a sodium ion battery.
Yeah. Supposed to knock lithium ion batteries in the head. It's supposed to be 100% better.
Well, their initial problems were they couldn't get the amp hours. They could only get like half the amp hours for the size or whatever. But recently they improved that. So hopefully that'll bring the prices down, because those things are expensive as hell. I mean, I use a deep cycle AG, what is it, an AGH or whatever the hell it's called, battery, marine battery for the pop-up.
Yep.
But hell, with a couple of those, you can stay off grid for a lot longer.
Oh, yeah. And they're easy to charge up. As soon as you get to the place, you plug in, charge them up. A couple of hours, they're topped off and they're ready to go again. Those trolling motor batteries is what they are. And they hold up really well.
Hey, Jeff, how are you? Merry Christmas.
How's it going?
Merry Christmas, Jeff.
Going good.
Merry Christmas, Smurf.
I figured I'd put that on there tonight.
Got any cold weather up in your area?
I'm actually in northern Oklahoma, and it's about 2 degrees here right now. Wind chill factor about 22 below. So, and we just got a dusting of snow, probably about 1.5 inches today, which is a lot less than what they were predicting. But got a white Christmas anyway.
Pretty cold for your area.
Well, you're under
Oklahoma doesn't do this
conditions
often
right now, aren't you?
We don't. Yeah. I was going to go ice fishing today and tomorrow, but they closed every road, every highway, everything's closed here because
you're up around the UP on Wisconsin, aren't you?
No, I'm actually right now I'm in South Dakota, but I'm split between here and northern Minnesota. But here it's negative 18 right now, and the wind's blowing about 34 miles an hour, so it's about negative 50 some wind chill.
Right. I'm not going to complain about where I am. Now, when I hear things like it could be a lot worse, Now, I looked at the weather in Baton Rouge, where I'm originally from, before I came on air. They're like 53 right now. Their low tonight is going to be somewhere, well, depending on when the front finally makes it through. They're supposed to get out in the teens in the next couple of days. And northern Florida is supposed to get some really cold air.
Yeah, we're even here just near Orlando, we're supposed to get upper 20s.
Yeah.
When it does at its coldest, I think.
Just for a few hours, not very long. It's going to blow on through, supposedly. But
When
we're gonna be in the minus factor for the next couple of days. I think Christmas Day is supposed to start out at 0, get up to about 18, and go back down again.
I remember when I was stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. It was like 1988, and it was the first time it snowed there in forever. They literally got like a half an inch of snow overnight, and the whole freaking ditch all along the highway is full of cars. I mean, there was 100 cars in the ditch.
People are not ready for that in Georgia.
Yeah, I saw some news clips earlier, all around the country, and people are off the road, trying to drive.
They pulled all the snow plows off the road here until Saturday morning, they said.
Oh, wow.
Just because of the danger of, if people think the plows are out, then they're driving down the highway at 60 mile an hour and hit a 4-foot drift, and there's no visibility right now. I mean, we only have had probably an inch or two of snow today, but it's all blowing everywhere. I mean, you can't see the hood of your car out of the windshield. And there'll be people that still drive 60 mile an hour and run right into these snow plows, But,
years ago in Baton Rouge, I worked with a boy named Yankee. He was from New York State. And it snowed. We had an ice storm, sleet, snow, the whole 9 yards. Streets were frozen. And I'm easing to work that morning, taking my time because, we're not used to driving it. He comes by me in a street rod he's built, like a 36 street rod. Shoom! I got to work. I said, man, are you crazy? What? Driving like that? Oh, man, this ain't nothing. Well, yeah, where you're from, it's probably not. But, he's doing 50, 60 miles an hour down a 4-lane in the middle of Baton Rouge, which is the speed limit, but everything's slicked over with ice. I'm thinking, if the light changes, you never stop. He's like, not a problem. You just got to know how to hit your brakes. Okay. You say so.
I think that's the big deal is they try to make these cars with the anti-lock brakes and anti-skid so that, they'll help you slow down when it's slippery like that, but people don't understand how to use them. I mean, I remember we had a trailer full of, when I was in the military, we had that half an inch or an inch of snow down there. And Columbus, Georgia is southern Georgia. I mean, it's southern part of the state. And, of course, when you're in the military, everybody's from all over the country. And I had a trailer full of like 200 and some hand grenades that needed to be delivered to a range so that all these basic trainees could throw one live hand grenade, and say they did it. And I'm waiting for this semi-driver from the motor pool to show up. And this kid shows up. He's about 19, 20 years old. And I said, where are you from? And he says, Southern California. I said, you ever see snow before today? And he says, no. And I said, if you started sliding and your trailer started jackknifing, what would you do? And he goes, you got to hammer on the brakes. And I called the motor pool and said, you guys need to send me a different driver. And they sent this girl out. She was probably weighed 100 pounds soaking wet, 18 years old. I said, where are you from? She said, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I said, you'll do just fine.
Yep.
If we're going to haul high explosives, I don't want the Southern California kid with an inch of snow on the road.
No, when he's talking about jamming the brakes, no. That'll get you in big trouble. That's the last thing you do is jam the brake. You lock your tires up. Yeah, you're ice skating.
Well, the two things that really mess you up is that false sense of security that because you see some clear road, the wind's blown the snow off the road or there's no ice built up there, that it's fine. So people start over driving those conditions. And then when the drift is coming across the road or there's an icy spot, they can't get slowed down in time. The other thing is just when you're driving and all of a sudden it is zero visibility, you need to pull over and stop and not just keep, people slow down to like 20, 30 mile an hour and they just keep driving.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't see the front of your car, I mean, it's like running in the dark, I
don't know. I think I'd rather be moving slowly than be a sitting target because and nobody else can see. You're sitting still. They come off the side of the road, you know.
Yeah,
you're there.
There's really no perfect situation. I mean, for me, what I would want to do is get over on the side of the road, go as slow as you can until you can find a turnaround. You know,
get over on the shoulder if you get on the shoulder if you can.
Field entrance somewhere, but
yeah. Well, I'm not going to stay. I just came to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to you, Claude. Thanks for stopping
seeing you.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Stay warm. Be safe.
Yep.
Oh, I will.
All right, man.
All right. See if I can figure out how to get back off of here now.
I got
it's like, Jay, just kick me out. I don't know how to get out.
Speak of the devil.
How did I know? How did I felt his presence coming into the room.
Hello, fellas.
Mike, what's up, buddy? How are you, Jay?
Hey, Mike.
Merry Christmas.
I just wanted to jump on and say Merry Christmas to everybody in chat, all my friends, even Jeff.
Well, I appreciate that.
So you're what are you doing? You're heading over to Tampa, Jay?
Fort Myers.
Fort Myers. That's right. Yeah, I knew it was.
Well, Lehigh, close enough.
Yeah. Okay.
We got believe it or not, I got a golf tournament on Christmas Day.
Good luck with that.
I'd take that.
I got called and asked to play in it today. A lot of people don't celebrate Christmas. A lot of foreigners live in Florida, you know, and they always ask me to play, and they always have a tournament down at that club, and they always ask me to play in it. Right. So I'm gonna go down there.
The best
might be a little cold. Might be a cold start.
Is it a scramble, Jay? 4-man scramble?
Oh no, it'll probably be 10 degrees warmer down there. It'll be 10 degrees warmer down there, I bet.
Oh, so it'll be 40.
Yeah, it'll be 40 degrees.
What type of format is the tournament? Is it a scramble or a best ball tournament, or?
Yeah, just scramble.
What's it like in Long Island, Mike? He's muted.
You're muted.
Mike, you're muted. Hold on. Try it now.
No. He's got to go to audio and reassign his correct microphone.
Yeah.
Every time my computer restarts, my USB plug-in mic isn't the default anymore, and I have to go reset
do the same
that.
thing.
So frustrating.
Mike, you might just have to go to settings and reset your microphone.
Did that do anything?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
Perfect.
That's a win. I was gonna just tap out. That's my tech skills. I was just gonna say screw it.
Nope.
It's raining here on the island. It's snowing upstate, so I had to run from that, like try to get out ahead of it so I could see my son down here. But going back up's gonna be a shit show.
Chase says Jeff's tree is gorgeous.
Sometime Christmas Eve, I guess. I'm gonna try to take him tomorrow overnight and then leave Christmas Eve sometimes. We'll see. There's gonna be ice everywhere, which sucks, but
yeah, you gotta be careful, dude.
The throughway is mostly like what I so they're usually. Is that the beagle?
No, that's Jay's.
I heard you say that before. I had a beagle for the longest time. It was my first dog that I owned personally, and man, he was so spoiled, but he would like do that, you know, that like that whole thing went. Oh my god!
I think the one that's here has like a separation anxiety. He's a little older, and when you're around him, he's fine. But once you like leave the room or something, he just starts barking. I didn't want to know what Jay's doing to that dog.
I was laughing too, Jeff, when you said that you were at Benning, because that happened to me. I can't remember what year it was, probably like 2010 or 11. No, it would have to be, it would have been like 09 or, no, shit, I don't know, whatever, around there somewhere. But there was like a half inch or an inch of snow. And like you said, like the whole highway, everyone was pulled over. Like there was like plows all over the place. Plows. There was like a dusting. The stuff was blowing around. You could still see the street, and the whole town was closed down. There was like boards on the store. I was dead. We were driving around taking pictures, laughing. Like it was ridiculous. Like it was ridiculous.
I pulled into the driveway at the range that we worked at in a Pontiac Fiero, a mid-engine rear-wheel drive car, pulling in my Pontiac Fiero, and the parking lot's empty. I'm like, where the hell is everybody? Guys with four-wheel drive pickup trucks weren't showing up. They were calling in saying, I can't make it. It's like, dude, there's an inch of snow.
Yeah. But it's just, but that's the thing. Like it's not normal to them. Like it's I guess it's like seeing a Sasquatch. Like it's like, what the hell is this? Like it's like,
yeah, but I lived in Wisconsin for a little while, and the one full winter I was there, people forgot how to drive in the snow.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
that
hell?
first snowfall every year, you'll watch the news on TV, and they're like, now if you ever find yourself in a skid, this like we're doing 101 driving here, like all over again. Like everybody forgot it.
yeah.
And now this year, especially with so many transplants moving in from California and all over, you know, they're moving to these ultra conservative states like Texas, South Dakota and stuff. And we've got a lot of people who did not live here last winter that are living here.
Yeah, and have no clue how to drive in the snow.
No, they don't. They've never seen snow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. People have never seen snow. I mean,
but then again, I mean, it's just like one of my kids is like, I've never seen the ocean, you know. That's weird. That's hard to wrap your head around when you live on one of the coasts, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry about that.
Would you fart?
What happened?
Oh, the dog went crazy.
Oh, no worries.
That was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you pooped a little bit with your microphone still on.
Jay, no, it says no snow. Jay, no snow, friends. Well, anyway,
I'll have y'all know the other night I was not pooting. It was my belly growling.
It sure sounded like you. Like it was a
whatever. It's still a loud bodily function.
You got a sensitive microphone if that's the case.
Or a loud ass stomach.
Too many.
Kaiju, what's up?
Too many milkshakes from Sonic.
Brian, Chewy, go hiking. Good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Wouldn't that be something if Jay woke up one morning and found out he's lactose intolerant after all them milkshakes?
Just give me a gun now.
All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to swing through. I'm doing something on my channel a little bit, so
oh, right on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little giveaway thing. So I just want to pop in and say Merry Christmas.
Wait, what time? When should we be there?
I put it at 10. I forgot. I should have put it at 11. But I'm giving. I have a whole bunch of these like crystal necklaces. Like they're. Oh, there's. I don't know.
I know where my crowd's going in the next hour.
There's a whole bunch of them. Like, it's not like I'm trying. Like I don't know. Like I'm trying to do something like different. You know what I mean? Like I always see channels like asking and. You know what I mean? Like asking and taking and it almost like it's like a right or something like it's not like a.
I know, trust me, I know.
So I can only control myself and my, you know what I mean? I can't control that. So I'm trying to do something different.
Or you get it back.
Yeah. So, free of charge, just show up, and then I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'd probably just be like, I don't know.
Well, that's like I put it out there. Anybody wants a bandana, just email me. I'll ship
Yeah.
one out.
Yeah. I know. I don't know. It's what it is. It's
But
Christmas.
yeah, man, be safe, man. When you're driving back upstate. Be
Yeah,
very safe.
as long as your show's not on, I pay attention to the roads. So.
If you crash and burn, it'll be Moses' fault now. I guess.
Put that on me. All right, man. Well, Merry Christmas.
All right, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you there. I should still be on when you're done. So.
Right on.
All right, guys. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone.
You too. Thanks. Good night.
Chessboard wants to know if Jay's ever seen yellow icicles. Those are pissicles. I heard a rumor.
He's just keeping himself muted.
I heard a rumor that Miss Dill and Mr. Lee might be popping on your show tonight.
Really? Oh,
I heard
that rumor. I'll spread that rumor, but I didn't hear it.
I heard that.
That would be lovely if Miss Dill stopped by. Mr. Lee, invitation's open.
I guess it was like you need to get, like, between the two of them, one of them was like, you need to get on. The other one said, well, I will if you will. And then it was kind of sounded like it was coming together. So,
well, you guys know where the link is.
Mr. Lee's already bowing out.
Hey, Jen. Did he? Not tonight. What, you got a headache? I don't get it. What did she say? The Isle of Shame is the... Tracy Benna, how are you? Wasatch, Sasquatch, Wasatch, Wendigo. What's happening? Where's Wasatch? Sounds familiar. Chessboard says, Wasatch, ho, ho, ho. I gotta go. Merry Christmas to all.
Wasatch sounds like one of those Wisconsin towns to me.
It could be Wisconsin, could be New York.
What's the coldest it's ever been there, Jeff?
That's a good question. I should look that up. But as far as wind chill, it's probably pretty damn cold because there's been a lot of, almost every winter we get it to where it is now, where it's like negative 20 degrees for at least 1 or 2 days. But it really depends on the wind that you get at that time. 30 mile an hour wind and 40 mile an hour winds, like 16, 18 degrees difference as far as the negative. Right now, the wind's like 32 mile an hour. So that's pushing us to negative 51, I think, degrees wind chill. But there's been a lot of times where it's been sustained winds of 45, 50 mile an hour here. It's just flat land, when the wind gets going, it gets going. And if it got that windy, geez, you'd be pushing in the negative 60s, almost probably negative 70, close to it.
Yeah, I experienced that like one winter. I was like, nope. Went back to Arizona.
Tell you a little story that happened to me one time. I was on a train coming into Evansville, Indiana, and it was 63 below zero wind chill factor. That's not the bad part. I got in my car. I lived in Madisonville, Tennessee, which was 30 some miles away. and had been snowing. We had a big snow before that cold weather hit. My car broke down about 15 miles from my house. Nobody's on the road. I had to walk home in 63 below wind chill weather. When I walked into my house, my wife was still alive at the time. I couldn't even talk. It took me 2 or 3 hours to warm up enough to even be able to talk.
Wow.
It's no wonder I didn't freeze to death.
That's crazy. Yeah, I used to walk to work in Wisconsin. It was maybe 2 miles. But when it's 50 below zero, that's fucking cold. That's just so 50. So for you to do 15 miles, damn.
I always carried when I went to work, especially in the wintertime, I always carried extra clothes in my car just in case something did happen. You know, I had everything in the world on me, and I bet I had 4 layers of clothes on me, and I still was froze to death. I mean,
yeah, with wind chills like that, that's. Oof.
Jay, I just looked it up, and in where I'm at here in South Dakota, the record low is negative 27. That's not factoring any wind chill, and that's for December. Where my lake home is in Bemidji, Minnesota, the coldest it's been there was negative 40 degrees January of 1996.
Wow.
If they would have had 25, 30 mile an hour wind that night, it'd be about negative 80 wind chill. Can't imagine that.
Y'all too young to remember the 1978 storm, right?
No, I'm not too young. We had. I remember in the
I'm not too young.
the late 70s, it was probably 78, where we had snow so high that it was high as the roof on our garage.
Yeah, that's what it did at our house. It actually got up to the eave of my house.
Yeah, we were using a tractor loader to scoop a driveway out. And it was
so bitterly cold. I mean, not for just 1 or 2 days. I mean, like for 2 or 3 weeks, it was that cold.
Mm-hmm. Well, the snow is there all winter, you know. Usually winters here, you'll get 2 foot of snow built up, and then you'll get, you know, whether it's in January or February, you'll get a 4 or 5 day stint where it's like it hits 40, 45 degrees for a couple days and it melts everything off and you kind of start over. But I remember there's been a few winters where from the first week in December till the third week in April, it's just been snow all the way through, you know. I remember one Christmas playing volleyball out in the yard. It was 60 degrees and we had shorts and t-shirts on and had the volleyball court set up for Christmas Day.
It was 60?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can remember 80 degrees in Kentucky on Christmas Day. Yeah.
That's just unusually warm.
Yeah. I flew to Alaska we flew up to the state of Washington, and then we got on that cruise ship and cruised into Sitka, Alaska. That's where my wife was born from at. And when we left Kentucky, it was like 40 degrees. So I'm thinking when I get to Alaska, I'm going to freeze my butt off, you know. It was actually warmer in Sitka, Alaska than it was in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just going to pull up YouTube on my phone. Hold on.
I haven't seen Bat Mom in chat yet. I thought maybe she would get on. Her and I share the same birthday, and our birthdays are at midnight tonight.
Oh, is that right?
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, man.
Thanks.
All right. I don't know if I can control anything from here.
Every year, my tradition is to go out and catch a fish on my birthday, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to do that tomorrow. I've done that for like 20 years in a row.
You know, the only thing that I hope for a new year is goodwill for people, goodwill between people. This world has got so mean, people to people. It's got to the point I didn't think I'd ever see in my lifetime people be so mean to each other. You know?
Yeah, it's a shame.
It is a shame, isn't it?
And why? Why all of a sudden? You know, it's
I
just
don't know.
seems
Beyond me. I don't know why. I just
well.
Just the division of, that seems like our government's worked so hard at dividing us, in every facet they can, that's really what we look for now. We don't look for, hey, that person might have something in common with me. We look at other people and say, what's different about them than me? And then once you identify where that difference is, then let's employ the division and find out reasons why I shouldn't be close to them rather than why I should. That's what it feels like anyways. It's not like you just wake up one day and culture's changed. It's been happening for a while.
Oh, yeah, it has been. But it's just there's no reason to be mean though,
Yeah, you can have differences of opinion, but I mean people have just got mean to each other.
Well, it's one thing I've noticed, Jay, is the people that do that when they poke, trying to do something like that and get reactions and create division, that when they get poked back, boy, you'd think all hell broke loose, biggest victims in the world all of a sudden. And
right.
It makes me realize that, a lot of that is the anonymity of being behind a keyboard and what technology has done. People are online here saying shit to each other's face that they would never have the balls to say face to face to somebody.
Oh, you got that right. Oh,
never.
There's a lot of people who have really got brave since they started this not YouTube, but online stuff.
Well, there's no accountability.
Right.
So they feel they can do, sit behind a keyboard and mouth off or do whatever. I mean, people create complete, personas here, like you can be anybody online.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people hide behind that freedom of speech thing too. Well, I can say whatever I want to. I'm sorry, but when it comes to hurting people, I think you give up part of your right. You don't.
Well, look,
you don't need to hurt people.
Every badass I know has gotten his ass kicked at one point or another.
Oh.
And the reason why most of them don't walk around every day in life being a badass to other people is they know what it's like to get their ass kicked. And when you're an online badass who maybe they've never had that. I mean, I remember in high school one time, if two boys ended up having a difference, I mean, usually you had a fist fight after school and there'd be 50 people standing around watching or 100 people standing around watching, and there was going to be a winner and there was going to be a loser, But that was it. No, you weren't afraid somebody'd pull out a knife or a gun or some bullshit. I mean, a couple punches and it was over, And you learned a lot about it. You learned what it's like to lose. You learned what humility feels like. Nobody learns what humility feels like in that kind of thing when it's all online,
Yeah.
No,
everybody's 10 foot tall and bulletproof online, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll teach you humility if you get your ass kicked. And don't think I didn't. I got my ass kicked one time, but taught me a valuable lesson to keep my mouth shut certain times.
I remember one time
when I was a kid.
When I was a freshman, there was this kid, and he was a pretty big kid, was sitting behind me in science class, and he was writing on my back with a pencil. And I turned around and I said, "You better stop that shit." And I sat there thinking, God, I just hope he just stops, right? I just hope he stops. He kept writing on my back. So I said something again, and then after class, nothing happened. And after class, he walked up to me in the hallway where all the lockers are, and he grabbed me by my shirt and lifted me right off of my feet and shoved me up against the locker and said, "What did you say to me?" And I don't know what came over me. I just, as he was holding me up off the ground, I hit him in the face as hard as I could and knocked him down. And I thought, holy crap, I just knocked this dude out, and he's a badass, and then he started getting up. And I was thinking, oh, fuck, he's getting up, And he looked at me just for like 3-4 seconds. He just stared at me and walked away. And it wasn't about who was better. I think he just respected. For him, that's what it was going to take, is that I respect that, in his mind, he probably thought, there's no way you'll ever kick my ass. But I respect you for standing your ground there, But God, I remember when he got up, I thought, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I was a wise ass when I was a kid, so I deserved to get my ass kicked.
I wasn't a wise ass. I just thought I was tougher than hell. I didn't think anybody could. I never was scared of nothing or nobody. But I found out that no matter how tough you are, there's somebody out there that's tougher. I'm telling you.
That's true.
Yeah, I ran fast when I was a kid.
Oh God.
And because you wouldn't know, I mean, literally, I would get my ass kicked like twice a week in elementary school. But as an adult, yeah, I've never been in a fight as an adult.
That's hard to imagine.
I broke them up.
Yeah,
never squared off with anybody.
Yeah, that's with your personality. It's hard to imagine you's ever a smart ass. I hear Stephen laughing in the background.
When I got out of the military, I was bartending at this guy's bar. It was like a roadhouse, they had live bands there on the weekends, and there's a lot of bikers. And I wasn't me, I wasn't a biker. I was like in my early mid-20s and bartending there, and some guy started a fight, and I got up and I just said, you guys need to cut that shit out. And he grabbed me by my fucking hair and dragged me out to the parking lot. And there was about 100 people standing around all these Harleys, and he's standing there. He says, "Me and you are going right now." And I'm like, I didn't even want to be involved in this, right? Like, what did I do to get involved in this? And he says, "Well, you're involved now." And he walked over and he pulled a pistol out of one of the saddlebags of his Harley and pointed it right at my face from like 10 feet away. Just pointed it right, just stood there and said, what do you have to say to me now? And I was scared shitless, but I just realized that he's already made up his mind if he's going to shoot me or not. I mean, I didn't think he would, right? Who's going to do that? So I just said, pull the trigger, motherfucker. And he sat there with this blank look on his face and started laughing, and everybody around started laughing. And he put his pistol away and he took me inside and bought me a fucking beer. And I was like, what? This is the weirdest thing, It's just, some people are just like, they're just looking for you. Like, are you going to be a bitch or are you going to just stand your ground? And I couldn't beat this guy up on my best day. Plus, probably half them people watching were all wearing the same patch he was, Yeah. But he was just like, fuck, come on, I'll buy you a beer. And I was like, well, you didn't have to fucking try to fight me to begin with. We could have skipped straight to the buy a beer part. I would have bought you a beer, not to stand out there with you pointing a gun at me, But
I never started but one fight in my life. I was in several. I was an old biker. I'm not going to tell you the whole story about that, but because you don't need to know. But I was 50 years old, 50 friggin' years old when I was sitting in a biker bar one time, and this guy had been mouthing all night long about certain people that I knew, and I just finally went over. I was as nice as I could be, and I said, "If you don't mind, you're talking about some of my friends. I appreciate it. Knock it off." As nice as I could ask anybody. And he said, and he didn't get the rest of it out, the MF word. He said, "You M," and I hit him so hard, I knocked him clean over the bar. And he got up again, and I punched him right in the face and knocked 2 of his teeth out. And that's the last. I said, "That's it." I walked out of the bar, and that was it. I said, "This will never happen again, ever." I said, "This is ridiculous. I'm too old to be putting myself in this situations ever again." So, but that was the last situation I was ever in like that.
You know, Jay, it's a good example though of. I remember that. I don't remember which version it was, but that Wyatt Earp movie where his dad tells him, if you get to that point where you can't talk yourself out of a fight, where you tried and nobody's listening to reason, and it's going to come to punches, you don't wait for them to throw the first punch. When you realize you can't get out of this situation, nothing good is going to come of waiting to get hit first.
Yeah. Well, he had been there mouthing, I know, for over an hour, loud mouthing. He was talking. My buddies wasn't in there, but he was talking about a bunch of guys that I knew, good guys. These were good guys. He was giving them all kind of hell up and down. And I just finally had enough of it, And I went over as nice as I could ask anybody. And I asked him,
you tried, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You tried,
But when he said that he didn't get the MF word out, he got the M word out, and that was it. And I'd had enough of it, All right.
I just can't see you doing that.
Well, I know it is. Well, you met me personally. I'm a very quiet person until you push the wrong button,
But that's the way a lot of people are, Jay. I mean, it's a lot of people are non-confrontational when it comes to that, but that doesn't mean that they suffer fools easily. A lot of people don't. I remember. I probably haven't been in more. I could probably count the real fights I've been on one hand as an adult. But hell, most of them are ones my friends got in, and it's like you're just stuck with it, like I never went looking for that kind of shit. But then you got one dumbass friend who can't shut his mouth and get y'all into something.
I had a friend like that he just couple drinks and he wants to fight the world. And it's
like, I don't know that guy.
No, usually he'll want to take on 2 or 3 of them. And whenever I was with him, I had to stand up and, "Hey, listen, guys, he's drunk. I apologize. Blah, 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 blah." And it always, he never got into a fight when I was there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some people just don't know when to shut up too. They just don't know when to shut the frig up.
Well, a lot of fights seem to happen around events, like whether it's a game of pool at the bar or whether it's at the racetrack. It's like, why can't we learn to lose graciously? It seems to be something that a lot of people just weren't taught. If me and you are going to shoot a game of pool and you beat me, that doesn't mean I need to start trying to pick a fight with you. Or if we're on the racetrack and your car's faster than mine that night, or I make a mistake, we don't have to get my pit crew fighting your pit crew in a freaking at a racetrack. But that's how a lot of this shit happens. It's like a pride thing, right? How come we can't lose and say, hey, you know, I'll get you next time? You know what I mean? We learned that in sports. You know, I wasn't really big on
but
team sports,
but now like everybody that participates in sports gets a trophy. Here's a trophy for
that's true. But I also look at it as like every game that these gamers are playing. I mean, you get on. There's no accountability. There's no real. If you lose, you know. You start playing 5 of you and 4 of your friends online, having a shooter game against 5 other strangers you don't know, and they beat you because they're better. How hard is it to say, man, you guys did a good job, instead of sitting there saying, you motherfucker, you know, you wouldn't say that if you were in person. In person, you'd say that and get your ass kicked. But, you know, there's just no accountability anymore.
I was talking to this is a little off. I just was reading, but Derek McManus called me. He said he might stop in, but he was saying he sent me some pictures. There was frost. It was his windows on his cars were all ice, and for some reason it didn't click that. Oh yeah, well I guess you know it freezes in Ireland too.
Yeah, it's not real tropical in Ireland this time.
No. But you think of the Emerald Isle, you know, it's all green. I can't imagine it covered in snow. I don't know.
But what I was getting at is we just need to come together more. I mean, we got a good bunch here. There's a good bunch of people that come in here, you know. But I'm just talking about the world. We just got to come together more. I mean, Jesus.
Well, I think a lot of it is there's always going to be disagreements. There's even going to be arguments and fights. But, you know, I've got a group of 4 or 5 close friends in my circle where I live. And I'm not one of the people that has 30, 50 friends. I don't need to get 10 different invites on a Saturday night. Come to here, come to there. I got 4 or 5 guys that it's like a brotherhood, you know, we're close. And if one of us gets in a really pisser of a fight, the next morning we're already past it. We're like, hey, buddy, what are you up to? You know, we don't hold those grudges. You just move on, you know. No matter how ugly it gets, you can say some unforgivable shit to each other, and the next morning say, you know what, dude, I didn't mean that. And it's over. It's squashed. But we seem to have lost that ability to rebound from those low points, you know, or at least a lot of people have.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I mean, you only go through this world once. Why go through it? And it with negativity, you know, or causing shit, or you know, whatever. It's just people really do need to. It's just so cliche, but we just need to get along.
There's a lot of people that are miserable, and they just want you to be miserable with them.
Oh, misery loves company.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if you found out that you only had 1 year or 2 years left on this earth. How would you live it differently? Would you go looking for the joy, or would you just keep living it, looking for the, you know, for the shit every day, the stuff to complain about, the problems? It just seems to me that if you knew that you only had X amount of days left, you wouldn't waste any time looking at the problems anymore. You'd
Absolutely.
be like trying to suck the joy out of everything you could find.
Well, that's the reason I'm moving back down where I'm moving to. All my close friends are down there. I'm 74 years old. I hope I live to 90, but I don't have that much time left, and I'm going to go where I'm happy. Those people down there are good friends. We have a good time together.
And that's important.
and they make.
Yeah.
I feel good being around them. You know, that's the reason I'm leaving. Plus, there's a lot of memories in this house, but
Sure.
I just want to be happy my last few years in this world. You know.
Well, if you can honestly say that they're friends that make you feel like you're a better person when you're around them, and quite honestly, you probably make them better people being around them. I mean, that's the kind of people you need to surround yourself with.
Good people.
Yeah.
Right on. Patrick Vaughn, how are you? Good to see you. Merry Christmas.
There's no reason to be miserable in this world. I'm not talking about, no, we all have things that happen or sicknesses or stuff like that, but there's no reason to just to go around 24 hours a day being miserable in life, you know.
Unfortunately, that's how some people are.
Yeah.
It's all relative as far as, you know, and the whole, well, you know, an upbringing, all that some of that's bullshit too. I mean, I get there's something to it, but you know, I know people who grew up without parents or one parent or whatever that wasn't worth a shit, didn't have a good upbringing at all, and they're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. You know, they just figure it out. But and I know other people who were raised by great parents and they're a complete asshole. You know, I mean, it ain't a given that it's an environment issue. It's that ability to say, you know, I think that I'm happier when I do this than when I do that. And some people aren't capable of making that assessment, you know.
If you hear yelling in the background, Becky got her a new puppy. A baby mastiff.
Oh, geez. That's going to be a big dog.
Oh, it's just 8 weeks old, and it already weighs more than both of my two dogs put together. And it has blue eyes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it is such a cute puppy, but I can hear her in there fussing at him.
Wait till it starts slobbering everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But they are cool dogs. I knew a girl in Long Island who rescued them, mastiffs, and man, they were just a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I like to get personal with dogs. Oh, how you doing? You get in there and pet them and no kisses and whatever. But when you come back and you're like, what the fuck is all this? You're like all slimed and it's like, oh shit.
I went a couple of hours ago. Becky had a meeting and she said, "You call me on the phone." She said, "You mind taking Blue out, let him pee?" I let him out of it. She keeps him in a little cage now. I let him out. He peed in her doorway. He peed at my doorway, and he peed at the before
marking his territory
out the house.
Yeah, and then he went outside and he peed a gallon outside. He is a cute, and he's at the stage where all he wants to do is chew on stuff now. You know, He is so cute.
How old is he?
He's either 8 or 10 weeks. He's not very old at all.
That's how old Maya was 8 weeks when I got her.
8 or 10 weeks, but he's big already.
Mr. Lee 3PO says my sister's Great Dane. It's alive everywhere. Ooh, big job.
Yeah. I bet he's pushing 20 pounds and he's 8 weeks old. He is so.
Well, what do they max out at? 100 and.
Oh, they're up there. They're probably
60?
Well, I know there's Rottweilers. There's Rottweilers that weigh 180, so they got to be at least in the 160 range.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, capable of it. I'm sure some of them, if they're slimmed down, they're maybe as an adult they could just be over 100, 120, but depends on what you're feeding them, I suppose.
This is Grasshopper's purpose description of a puppy: eating shit, eating shit, eating shit.
Shut up.
Here he is.
Oh, See that face.
He won't stay still for 2 seconds.
Sounds like he's going to eat you.
Yeah, there you go.
It's adorable.
He's making infrasound there.
I felt it in my chest.
He won't stop wiggling for 2 seconds.
He's mind speaking to me, Mogs. He's saying, let me out to shit right now, or I'm going to shit in your doorway.
No, wait, pick me up again. Let's see. Just reading chat. So yeah, guys, where are we at? Hell, we still got another 45 minutes.
It's early.
So, yeah, anybody wants to jump on? The link's in chat. Come join us, wish us Merry Christmas or whatever. But yeah, hop on, guys.
Yeah, come on. Wish us a Merry Christmas.
I was all excited thinking Miss Dill and Mr. Lee were both going to get on.
Yeah, at least one of them. Miss Dill, I'm sure you're wearing something festive. You should join us. Gonna have to wait until after the new year to see Mr. Lee's face.
If Miss Dill could get on, then she could have, the whole red light flashing in the background. It'd actually go for Christmas, right? Like a decoration.
But we solved that problem. We had her clean her camera. It cleaned her right up.
It was better.
The camera couldn't focus.
I saw a video on a Sasquatch in England about 3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mr. Lee, did you hear about that? Richie says, Mr. Haywood, I am in Facebook jail like normal.
Tessa just sent me a picture of a Mastiff that she had. You might still have it. It says, at 1-year-old puppy, he was taller than her. He was 160 pounds at 1 year old.
Damn.
That is a big dog.
Big puppy. Yeah, I'm debating on whether or not we're going to surprise. Oh, it wouldn't be a surprise if I say it now. No. Richie, we might pop down over the weekend.
There's Buzzard. Buzzard needs to pop on if he's got his internet working.
Buzzard says, hey, Mogs, Jeff, Jay, and everybody else, evening and Merry Christmas. Hope it's a happy, healthy holidays. Thank you. Old Buzzard, you too, man.
Well, I'm going to jump off. I just wanted to help say happy, Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody.
Well, thank you, Jay. Same to you. You be safe.
Yeah, travel safe and good luck in your golf tournament.
Yeah, be
don't harass the beer cart girls too much. I mean, a little, but not too much.
Always a little bit, yeah. All right, we'll see. I'm going to kick myself out. Bye-bye.
I'm quicker.
He's figuring it out. I like that.
No,
he'll have fun.
He hasn't figured it out. He's still backstage.
He'll have fun down there.
Yeah. I think it's what he needs, Just do shit on his terms. Right on. So what else is going on in chat?
So what are you and Stevie doing on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? You going anywhere? You you might go by Richie's?
Christmas Eve, we have no plans. Christmas morning, we're going to go over to her daughter's house for breakfast. And after that, we have no plans.
Go fishing.
Well, Well, when you said if you had 2 years left, what would you do? Stevie's like, I'd go fishing every day.
Of course he would.
Created a monster.
Oh.
Oh, well, she got off work. She met me at the fishing hole. She just drove right over there. I had already gotten bait, and we fished for a few hours before this. She didn't get a bite though. I hooked into 4 bass. I landed 3.
Well, she wouldn't be hard to Christmas shop for now. Just get her a Bass Pro Shops gift card or whatever. There you go.
Yeah. Just made it that much easier. What's that? Didn't come. Hey, Pammy. Merry Christmas, my sister. Hope you're doing well. I'll be talking to you over the weekend. Stay warm. You guys are about to get frozen come Christmas Eve. Ugh. That came out weird. About to get frozen. My English as well.
Yeah, my boys were like, what are we going to do for your birthday tomorrow? I said, well, probably
shovel snow.
Turn on the fireplace, and I'm going to drink beer, and we're going to probably put together a jigsaw puzzle or something. What else? We can't leave.
It's not like you can go outside.
We took the snowmobiles out. We'd freeze solid within 10 minutes.
Well, considering
you can't even do the winter recreation stuff when it's this cold.
No, it's just you got to wait it out. That sucks. And the fact that they shut down every road in your, area.
Yeah.
Moog speaks more gooder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, it's cool as cool can be here in Texas. Well, hold on to your hat, friend, because it's going to get colder.
I like watching, like when it's cold like this and we're stuck here at home. My boys, with them both being teenagers now, they get into watching all the old. They'll watch movies and play their Xbox, but they have an interest in the old classic movies that were kind of like popular when me and you were young, So I've been loading up movies on the watch list on Netflix and on the DVR for remember the original Alien or whatever. We're going to watch that probably sometime this weekend. And there's some shows that are kind of, I was telling Drew today about, I seen on Netflix, there's a new four-part series called Pepsi, Where's My Jet? I don't know if you've heard of that, but
no.
Back in the 80s, late 80s, Pepsi, when they did the Pepsi challenge, Coke came out with the new recipe and it sucked. And Pepsi saw, hey, we can beat these guys in a taste test. So they were doing the Pepsi challenge everywhere.
Sure.
He was like, what's the Pepsi challenge? I said, I remember when I was like your age, I went to the fair. And at the fair, they had a booth. Pepsi had a booth where they were doing the Pepsi challenge. I thought, I'm going to go take that and I'm going to pick Coke on purpose, right? So they put both in front of you in plain cups. And I remember sipping them. I thought, that's the one I like. And I picked it. And it was Pepsi. I was trying to pick Coke, but I said, they did that. And he goes, well, what did you get for picking her? I said, you got nothing. It's just a curiosity thing. If you could,
Sure.
People who thought they were Coke drinkers maybe realized they like Pepsi better, or vice versa. But Pepsi, somewhere in the higher ups of Pepsi, they were going to do a giveaway. Like if you could collect enough points off these caps that you could win, what did they give away? A fighter jet. It was like a Harrier jet or something like that. That's what they were offering for the price, thinking nobody'd get it. And sure enough, some 20-year-old dude got it. He got enough points to cash it in. And Pepsi was like, oh shit, this probably isn't a good idea to give away a fighter jet, right? So they reneged on it, and he sued him for like $20 million.
And that's whatever the price of the jet was.
That's what this documentary was about. It's like, can you imagine if there was actually a CEO or somebody at Pepsi that said, let's give away a fighter jet? Nobody will win that.
Yeah.
But,
oops.
So dude's like, okay, we got to watch that. He's interested in watching. But,
that's funny. Western New York Bigfoot, what's up? Just stopped in to say bah humbug. I hope you all truly enjoy the holiday. Stay safe and warm where applicable. I'll see you sometime after the first of the year. You are all the best chat online. Be safe,
yeah,
Joe.
Joe announced the other day that he was going to take some time off over the Christmas, which I don't blame him at all. And he wasn't going to do a show until after the first of the year. And I thought, there's no way in hell Joe's going to go like 10 days.
He'll show up. He'll pop up somewhere.
No way. And now 3 days later or so, he still hasn't done anything. Well, shit, maybe he is going to do it. I don't know. I thought there's no
now
way.
He's going to do it now he's not going to come on for spite.
I thought for sure he'd do one.
Oh, Richie, of course. I plan on bringing your cooler. The towel I got to locate. we are not doing a 7 fish this year, but maybe 1 or 3. No worries, man. I'll be in touch, Rich. What are your favorite Christmas movies? It's a Wonderful Life.
We watch Christmas Vacation every year, but I mean, I think when we decorate the tree, we usually turn that on every year when we're decorating the tree and watch it. But
that's a good
kind of like not sit down and watch it from the beginning and just laughing at the funny parts as it goes. But
shitter's full.
There's so many good funny parts of that movie. You can watch it 100 times and still laugh at it.
Fucking cat electrocutes itself underneath the chair, eating a wire.
That movie with Vince Vaughn at 4 Christmases was pretty funny too.
I don't recall that one.
They go to both him and his fiance have divorced parents, so they have 4 different Christmases that they go to.
Oh, geez.
And they're at her mom's house, and they find out he's looking through her annual and sees like she had really short hair and looked kind of lesbianish. And like one of the girls signed her annual, really kind of a little out of bounds. And he was like, what the hell? And her mom goes, yeah, they were best friends and they were so close. And he's like, oh my God. So he's asking her about it. And it was all right. A lot of stuff in that movie.
Apparently, Grasshopper said It's a Wonderful Life isn't a Christmas movie.
Technically.
Fit for Expedition Fun Seekers, what's happening? Welcome. Merry Christmas. Good to see you. Oh, then there's that one. Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone and the Bruce Willis one, Die Hard.
Die Hard, yeah.
Those ones, when I think about them, I don't think about them as Christmas movies. It's like you realize that was the time the backstory of it, but
Sure.
they don't jump out as Christmas movies till you're watching them and realize it. But I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin again. Trying to get home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that one. I was thinking Throw Mother from a Train. Throw Mama from a Train. That was good. That movie was good.
A friend of mine owns a local radio station here, and he went and bought one of those Chrysler whatevers they are, and it's the exact same color as the one that they were driving in Planes, Trains. Now it's that like pea green with the wood grain on it and shit. And they brought it to a body shop, and it was a convertible. They had they torched the top on it and burnt up the interior on purpose. They have this huge trunk shoved into the trunk of the car, just like on that. And it looks exactly like what they're driving after the fire in that car. And he enters it in all the parades and stuff around here, and he dresses up like John Candy. He's a little heavier set. And drives it around through these parades. It's just hilarious.
Well, apparently It's a Wonderful Life was released in the spring, possibly, says Tracy. Richie said it was actually filmed in July and it bombed, and it came out a few years later and skyrocketed.
That's interesting.
It's a good story, though. Another good one.
Scrooge with Bill Murray. That was good. They need to come out with some new good Christmas movies. It's like if you get on Prime or Netflix and search for Christmas movies, there's been a lot of them in the last 5 to 7 years, and none of them are really that good. I mean, they just never took off. There's a ton of newer movies that are Christmas themed, and they all suck, it looks like.
Well, I'll tell you what. I watched. We went out last Saturday to see that new movie, Violent Night, and I don't see it. I don't know. It's not. I don't see it being a Christmas tradition movie. Like it was. It wasn't terrible. We didn't pay for it, so it was a good movie. No, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was all right.
Anything with Bill Murray is good, they say. You got to watch the documentary that they've got out now about Bill Murray. It actually came out, I think, 2 years ago, but it's about how he lives really reclusively now. He doesn't go to like celebrity events and stuff very often, but he gets into crashing like wedding receptions and shit. Like it shows this couple taking pictures on their wedding day, and he shows up in the background, like photobombing them, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's Bill Murray!" And they invite him to their reception, and so he just goes. Like that night, he just shows up at the reception. And there's another one where he shows up at this frat party. Somebody's having a frat party with a big kegger in this house, and he shows up at the party, and everybody's like, "Holy shit, Bill Murray's here!" And he has a camera guy following him around. He just like crashes these little things. It's told not by Bill, it's told by this guy who was studying these reports of how Bill Murray keeps showing up at these little things. So he started trying to follow this around and placed himself at these little events that he heard that he was going to be at. And so they're filming them as it happens, but
no, that's cool. I'm trying to think who else. I swear I saw somebody else do that too. Just show up at random at someone's wedding.
Is that what Mr. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe that's what Mr. Lee's saying. Rare exports. You must watch it. It's fantastic. I don't know if he's mentioning that show. I think maybe I can't even remember what it was called. That could be it.
Which one?
Mr. Lee says Rare Exports. You must watch it. It's fantastic. Maybe that's the documentary that they did. I don't know unless he's talking about something else.
Never heard of it. Mr. Hugh, take care. He says, stay safe this Xmas and have a great time with family and friends. Peace. Good night. Merry Christmas, Mr. Hugh. Be safe. Thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, Mr. Lee said it's a Norwegian film. It's scary, all about Santa.
Oh, that's something different.
Yeah, that that Violent Night that we watched. You know, it's like it's Santa Claus, but like Santa Claus had a life before this. Before he was Santa Claus, he was like some Viking, really barbaric. So he had skills, and he found himself in the situations where he needed to use them. He didn't want to use them, but he was kind of forced into it, and it was pretty pretty violent and funny at times. But I don't know if I'd recommend it.
That show I was talking about is called The Bill Murray Stories: Life Lessons Learned from a Mythical Man.
A mythical man?
Well, the fact that he was showing up at these small events, everybody thought maybe it's a myth. Maybe people are making this up, you know, like he was at this party, but nobody knows anybody who was at that party, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Maybe this is an urban legend. And that's what made this documentary filmmaker want to start looking into this. And he ended up going to these parties that Bill Murray was showing up at.
That's cool. I was always a Bill Murray fan ever since Caddyshack, because that was like my favorite movie growing up.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Merry Bernie. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Yeah. Violent Night movie is an adult version of Home Alone. Yeah, it's weird because this Santa, like when he was a Viking, 1,200 years ago, he carried a hammer. So he has like this special hammer that he would, take care of business with.
Yep.
Groundhog Day, excellent movie. That was all around that was a good movie.
Groundhog Day.
The whole, that just. Hold on. Mary, how are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Been busy.
Yeah, cooking.
Busy with the holiday baking, I'm sure.
No cooking.
No?
We're having a storm here where I'm at, a snowstorm, so we're getting a white Christmas this year in my state of Nashville. So it's snowing right now.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. But I have been going to other Christmas parties, and I haven't been cooking for that, but I've been bringing like finger food items.
Sure.
Like Oreo cookies and chips and dip and brownies. That's all I've done for 3 Christmas parties.
I'm going to make caramel corn tomorrow.
Caramel corn, yum. I wanted to make puppy chow, but for my family, but my aunt decided to do a little bit different. She doesn't want to do a menu for Christmas, so she wants to go out to eat. So that ruined my plans on doing a Christmas puppy chow using the Chex Mix cereal. It's not dog food. I didn't want you to think she's making dog food for her family. No. It's not dog food. It's the Chex Mix cereal.
No kibble.
The confectioner sugar and the butter and the peanut butter and the chocolate. That type of puppy chow.
Just a big old case of diabetes in a ball.
Hey, you got to splurge.
But
it's the holiday
season. Good,
season.
sure.
You got to splurge. Hello, everybody in side chat. Merry Christmas. So y'all were talking about your favorite Christmas movies?
Yeah, you got one?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of them. I like the Polar Express with the Tom Hanks.
Yeah, sure. That was good.
Yeah, I like the Polar Express. And my favorite is the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Because that movie is like laughable, 1,000% laughable. It'll make you laugh. Because my favorite part in that movie, in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, is when Aunt Bethany is coming over, and it's her time to say the blessing. And instead of the blessing, she says the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
and cousin Eddie stands up and
covers his heart or something.
It's like Grace. And she says, Grace passed away 30 years ago. And then her husband Betty, and then Aunt Bethany's husband is supposed to, they want you to say the blessing. And she shakes her head no, and then everybody gets ready for the blessing, and then she says the Pledge of Allegiance. And at the end of the movie, she says, "Play ball." It is hilarious. Is that where
they go to cut open the turkey and it just kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah. After she says Pledge of Allegiance, and then the cousin Eddie's wife says, "I told you we put it in too early." It's a
They're
little
chewing on it like it's leather.
Yeah.
A little dry.
And Aunt Bethany put cat food in that Jello thing that she made.
And Eddie just mowing it down. I'll have seconds.
Yeah, and Clark Griswold's wife is like not even eating the food. She's just like throwing it out and throwing away. Pretending to eat the food like And that's funny. That's the funniest movie ever. What's your funniest movie?
I like when they're at the snow hill sledding.
Oh,
and he takes a metal sausage and this is the slipperiest substance known to man. He says
he just pew all the way to Walmart from that hilltop.
His ass is on fire.
Well, he says he asked Eddie if he wants to go, and Eddie's no. He says I can't go. Ever since the surgery, I had that metal plate put in my head, and every time my wife revs up the microwave, I piss my pants and forget who I am for about 10 minutes.
That movie's hilarious. Is that your favorite part in the movie, Jeff?
Oh, there's so many. I compare that movie humor-wise to Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Because I think that you could fast forward it and blindly stop it, and within 2 or 3 minutes find something that you're laughing out loud about. I mean, it was just one scene after the next that was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber, that combination of Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey, they kind of had that same chemistry in that movie, to where there isn't a funny part. It's like the whole damn thing was funny,
I didn't much get into the Dumb and Dumber movie, but I'm not a big fan of Jim Carrey. The only movie that I liked from Jim Carrey was The Mask. That was hilarious. The Mask. If y'all ever seen that.
Oh yeah.
But
I remember seeing
that's the only Jim Carrey movie that I like. All the other movies that Jim Carrey has done, I'm just like, no, not a big fan of. But what's your favorite part, Moggs, in the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation movie? Do you have a favorite that makes you laugh, giggle?
When he's cleaning out when he's dumping the toilet and he says the shitter's full. He's just dumping it right into the sewer system.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts
Shitter's
of
full.
that movie isn't really one of the funny parts. I love when they all go to the mall and abandon Clark. He's up in the attic watching the old 8mm films. And the song that's playing is called The Spirit of Christmas. And that song is my favorite Christmas song. I mean, it's just, I think in that song, it's Ray Charles who sings that. Although if you look up and try to find The Spirit of Christmas by Ray Charles, you won't find it anywhere. It's Matt Anderson who seems to be all the recordings of it, who sounds a lot like Ray Charles, despite the fact that he's a white guy who weighs about 400 pounds. But I love that scene just because it's like, and it may be because the whole movie is so damn funny that's that one heartfelt moment, that makes it so memorable. But he's sitting there watching the movies, he's tearing up, and his mother-in-law comes and, what's this dude? It pulls the string, he flies down, falls through the ceiling. But
I forgot about that scene.
I like how how Clark, when he's decorating the house with those Christmas lights, when he first starts, and he's on that ladder, and he accidentally hangs his shirt, clips it, with that little nail gun thing, and he's stuck to the gutter, and he can't get off. And then my mom's favorite part is like the next door neighbors, Julie Louise Dreyfus character will say, "Why's the floor all wet, Todd?" And then Todd says, "I don't know, Mary Sue," or whatever her name character was. Like, I don't know.
Pyromedic says 'twas 3 days before Christmas, and all through the chat, every subscriber was itching to see Jeff's cow hat. When all of a sudden there was such a clatter.
I don't even know where my cow hat is right now. I haven't worn it for a couple of days. I've got like 4 or 5 hats that I wear, at different times. And I'll lose one for I'll be like, damn, I haven't seen that hat for weeks. Yeah, and then all of a sudden there it is just sitting on the counter. Like, I think they get hid from me. And
I'm not a hat person. I've tried it and I've been told to take the hat off.
You're the bandana guy.
No, but like, I can wear a cowboy hat. I can pull that off. I can, a wide brim sun hat or whatever, fishing. But a baseball cap just doesn't work on me.
A baseball cap? Like regular caps don't work on you?
No. They don't look right. The only time I wear it is I wear it backwards. But I will wear a hat if it's really like if I'm fishing, if I'm out on salt water, I'll wear a hat.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't do it in freshwater. Doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense.
Stevie B. No peace on earth crap either. You see her poster? If each one of you on the panel could have one thing for Christmas, what would it be? No peace on earth crap either.
Wow.
So are you having a meal for your Christmas, Moggs? What are you gonna make?
I'm not sure yet. I got to get back to this question that Stevie posted. One thing for Christmas, what would it be? I don't know. I don't know.
If there's absolutely no parameters around that, like,
I want to be money. I like to have Christmas money.
That's the nonsense.
No, I'd like to spend one more Christmas with my dad, but
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, if we didn't have any parameters, you could say, "Oh, I wish somebody who had passed away a couple of years ago could be here for one more Christmas." That would be cool.
Yeah. Well, Monday made 6 years for me for my dad passing away. So
Yeah, no, this is the first Christmas without him.
This is the 6th Christmas
So
that
material.
I have not been able to spend time with my dad. I miss my dad, but I know he's in a good place. He's no more hurting. He's not in pain anymore.
Damn it. I just lit the wrong end of a cigarette.
Fire up that filter.
Oh, jeez. But then Stevie just said, no, a material thing. If you could have a material thing, what would it be?
Material thing would be a brand new Ranger 621 with a 400 horsepower Mercury Verado on it.
Damn, that was quick.
Man, you said that fast. I'm like, man.
It's about 100 and fully rigged. It's about
It's a boat, right?
about $120,000 tournament boat. Yeah,
Bass boat.
it's the deep version. It's not. It'd be the walleye version of a bass boat, basically.
I think I would do a boat too, if you know, what the hell, if we're money's no object or whatever. Yeah, no, I'd do like either like a hybrid bay boat.
Then you need a new tow rig, to pull it around.
Oh, I can pull it. I got a truck for that.
Where did you get this background at, Hogs? It's nice. Christmassy.
Somewhere either like who the hell? Where did I get it? Canva or one of those other.
Yeah.
Canva. I never heard of Canva.
It's good for
Canva's
making,
awesome for making memes or graphics and.
Yeah, I like the background. It looks really nice, Christmassy.
That mom said the other night. She said, "I think Jeff's couch crashing at different people's houses because he's always in a different place." And I'm like, "No, these are fake backgrounds behind me."
Green screen.
Well, thank you for letting me on. I'm fixing to get ready for bed.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, have a
What
great
are
Christmas.
you? What are you making to eat on Christmas Day?
Oh, that was the other question. Yeah.
What am I making on Christmas Eve? I'm not cooking. I was going to make puppy chow, but my aunt decided that she wants to eat out.
But you guys don't yet. You're going to go out like on Christmas Day. Do you have a holiday meal you make, or?
I'm going to church on Sunday, so I don't know what I'll do after church. It depends on how things are. Right now, we're in the middle of a snowstorm. It just started snowing here. It's been raining all day, and then now the rain changed to snow. So we're supposed to get like 2 to 4 inches of snow. And people's been panicking all day because of it, because they have to have their breads, eggs, and milk, and panic mode. So now that the storm is here, people are probably trying to wind down from being in that panic mode. So we're getting a white Christmas here in Nashville, Tennessee this weekend, apparently. So I don't know.
Are you right in Nashville or where are you at?
I live in North Nashville.
Okay.
I'm north of Nashville, but I'm not that far from Nashville. I'm just north of it. I live in a suburb, and it's outside of Nashville.
Brentwood over that way. Is that up?
No, Brentwood is south.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been to Nashville.
I'm North Nashville.
I lived down south in Antioch for a while.
I'm about 45 minutes to Madison, Rivergate area, Rivergate Mall. But I live like North Nashville.
Crabs and crawdads.
And right now the temperature is 10 degrees here in Nashville. 10.
Yikes.
So it's going to be like feeling like 0 here. What's the temperature there in Florida? Can you bring it back up to Tennessee?
64 right now.
Oh, that's perfect. You're lucky.
I'm still in shorts and t-shirt. Sorry, guys. I feel guilty for saying that.
Hey, I'm covered in a blanket and I've been drinking hot chocolate. Oh, it's freezing.
64 here, I might pass out from heat stroke compared to what it is right now.
Where are you at? Did you get any snow?
Danny, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, where I'm
Thank
at,
you.
it's negative 18 right now.
Oh God. It's
That's
supposed to
sick.
be down
And
to
the,
8 degrees in Nashville tonight, so it's going to feel like negative whatever in the morning. It's supposed to be up to 13 degrees for tomorrow's high.
Jamie, what's up, brother? He says it's minus 32 degrees Celsius here in Saskatchewan.
Ugh.
Damn.
So you're lucky, Moggs. You're in Florida.
For now. I mean, it's going to get cold here. Not that cold, but it's going to get cold. Nikki says it's supposed to get down to 45 degrees there. That's still warm compared to the rest of the country.
that'd be bikini weather here. It's funny how that is all relative, you know, what you're used
I
to.
wish I had the money to go to Bahamas. I would stay in the Bahamas.
I remember when my parents moved to
Anybody from Bahamas?
Mesa.
No.
When my parents first retired, my dad was still alive. They moved down to Mesa, and he would call me like in January and be like, "What are you up to today?" And I'm like, "God, it's freezing. I just got done snow blowing the driveway or whatever." He's like, "Oh, it's hotter than hell here. It's about 102 today." And I'm like, "What?" I mean, I couldn't even wrap my head around this, right? It's too hot to be outside, he says. I'm like, it's too cold to be outside here.
Then I know a lot of people. I hate when people complain about the weather, like it's too cold, and then wherever you are, it's too hot. We always complain. It's really odd.
Well, nothing you can do
I
about it.
like where I live here. It gets really cold in the winter, but you get all 4 seasons.
Well, winter started yesterday, so
it gets 100 degrees
it did.
and 90s and close to 100
Yeah.
a couple days a year here. It's spring is spring, fall is cool and hoodie weather, and winter's cold and snow. You know, you get all 4 seasons. When I lived down south, I missed the snow. I missed winter because that was just something I was used to, you know.
Yeah, I don't like the cold, but I didn't do that. Mary, thank you very much for coming on. Merry Christmas. Like, I love the snow. I always love the snow, but now I just can't stand the cold. You can't have one without the other. So white sand beach as it is.
To me, what I don't like is when it's really cold and there isn't snow. That seems like a waste of suffering.
Right?
I mean, if it's gonna be
suffer with a view.
If it's gonna be 20 degrees, give me a foot of snow so we can go snowmobiling or something, you know. If it's gonna be 0 degrees out and there's no snow, what's the whole point of it being 0 degrees out, you know?
Yeah.
But
Stevie says, old buzzard, growing up, we'd have to leave the spigot drip overnight to keep the pipes from freezing. If they froze, we'd take a hair dryer to the pipes under the house until it thawed, provided they didn't break. That's true. That too.
now you just go to Lowe's and buy $50 worth of heat tape, but that wasn't a big thing back then.
And plug it in. Mary, good to see you, man. Merry Christmas.
I gotta be honest with you, I was kind of surprised that Mary was. I mean, you hear about all the recipes and honestly, that's a big part of her life is the cooking and the from scratch doing everything. I thought when I asked what was on the menu for Christmas, there'd be like 8 courses lined up with 5 days of preparation to get ready. You know, I was surprised. She's like, "Well, we're going to go out to eat." I was like, "What?"
Well, it's easier to clean up, though.
That's true.
All right. Well, with Mugs and his band, okay, what is Pyro saying here? Stevie looking in chat, all is good in this frozen land, and let's come on back. Merry Christmas, y'all. Paramedic, take care, man. Merry Christmas. Be safe out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you go so you can land your plane. Merry Christmas to everybody in chat. I hope everybody stays safe. And it isn't a matter of coldest and warmest. It's obvious that a lot of these places are experiencing weather that they're simply not used to.
Yeah.
And that makes it dangerous. It doesn't have to be below zero to be dangerous or below freezing. If people aren't prepared for it, then it's going to be a problem, And so I hope everybody stays safe. And that's the most important part. Is doesn't matter how big the presents are or how many decorations are on the tree if everybody doesn't make it through the holidays safe. So
this is true. All right, man.
Appreciate it. Well, you and Stevie, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jeff.
I hope Mugs takes you fishing on Christmas Day, and I hope Santa brings you a 10-pound largemouth bass.
There you go.
Thank you.
Huh? That's an awesome gift, huh?
We'll see you guys later.
All right, Jeff. Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Stay warm.
I will.
All right. Well, guys, I hope you had a good time tonight. I know I did. Yeah, you guys, please have a safe and happy holiday and a Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's just a weird time of year for me this year. I'll get over it.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, guys, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves, more importantly. And like I said, stay safe, stay warm. This will pass. We'll get through it. And I'll be back next week on Tuesday. So I will see you then. You guys, again, Merry Christmas and thank you. All my mods, thank you. I love you guys. All right. Merry Christmas. Peace and God bless.